Get perfect credit. Get that 800 credit score. Get these negative, nasty, erroneous items off of their primary trade lines. We're talking about it right here, right now. We're live. Yes. Credit repair starts when? It starts now. I'm going to put my email address into the chat. I'm going to put my email address into the chat here because I get to go and I get to talk and I get to going about how to get an 800 credit score, how to get, hey, Wilder Brigade, go skirt. It says, sup, bro? Hey, good to see you. Got my email address. I was up early getting through these emails. David E is here. Good, sir. Good day, sir. Good to see you. Sharon C, hello. You want to be a part of the subscribe tribe? I put out an email notification right now. The subscribetribe.com. You can go, you can jump on our email list and get a notification directly from me on the live streams, right? I don't know how many live streams we're doing. 300 live streams we've done so far. I don't know. We've done a lot on Saturdays, but typically on a Saturday, might start doing more during the week as well, and different times and dates, so we can get more people on the lives, asking their questions, helping people get to the other side. And you can jump on the subscribetribe.com and get those dates. So when I'm going live, you can talk to me right here. You can ask your questions. You got the email, so I'll put my email in here again. Email me. Let me help you get to the other side. Got questions, got answers, can look over your credit situation and help you get to the other side. Okay. So we're talking about how to get perfect credit here. Also got a few people saying hello. I want to say hi. Mr. Amir Korpru. I hope I'm saying that right. Thank you, bro, for the information with 609. I was able to get all my collections off. That's awesome. Thank you so much for letting us know. That's excellent. First time, hello. Good to see you, Gregory. First time. Tess Merck. Good to see you, Tess. See you back. Hey, Brandon. Tess has been here time and time again. People coming back in. It's great to see the team and the tribe come back. Yeah, you're live, Brandon. I need your help now. Absolutely. Put your questions here. We want to get to talking about getting these negative, nasty, erroneous items off and how you can get an 800 credit score and all that great stuff. Potentially get up there. What's up, Brandon? Hey, salute to you and your content. Absolutely great. Thank you very much. Salute to you as well. All right, we're talking about late payments. Once people want to get late payments off. Excellent. Let's get into this right now. Okay, so let's talk about the highest FICO achievers. MyFICO.com, the MyFICO app, they'll let you know their highest FICO achievers. They'll let you know how to get an 800 credit score. This helped me immensely. I've talked about it before. It's been excellent and a pleasure to be of service here and to help people get to the 800 credit score. I was up in the 800s for a period of time, utilized it, came down to the high 700s to get my cash back, my business credit, to get my travel cards, and now back up in the 800s. Okay, so it is possible. So, of course, big time, 35% is your payment history. That's your payment history. Now, that's your payment history, 35%. So what is the rest of it, right? We're going to get into it. So you got to get these negative collections, these charge-offs, these bankruptcies, foreclosures, repossessions, hard inquiries, these negative, nasty, erroneous items off of there that are holding down your history, your payment history. Of course, hard inquiries are not a part of your payment history, but they could be derogatory if you've got a bunch of them. Okay, we really focus on those collections, those charge-offs, those late payments, those potential bankruptcies, negative, nasty, erroneous items that are holding down your payment history. Highest FICO achievers, these are the highest, the people in the 800s now. You want to reach up to that level because you can get up in the 650s, 700s, 720s, 780s, 800s, right? So you claw up that way, you climb up that way, you take the route that way. The highest FICO achievers have no missed payments, okay? Most of them have no missed payments. If they have a missed payment, it's over 4 years old, okay? So it's really outside that rebound period. It's really old, okay? And even then, you may want to dispute these late payments that might be on there, okay? If they're on there. Sometimes, depending on what report you're looking at, they might not quite go back that far. With the MyFICO, they might not be looking at 4 years, 5 years of payment history. They might have it there, but they may not ding you for having a late payment 4 years out, okay? So really no negative late payments, no negative items, all right? All right, good. So 35% is your payment history. Now, 30% is your amount of debt. So another big chunk amount of debt. So now you're saying, what is the amount of debt? It's not just your utilization overall, but your utilization on each credit card or charge card. So let's get into this. Really, the highest FICO achievers have less than 7%. That's right, less than 7%. You're saying, well, how does that happen? It's because they're paying it off every month, really. And some people want to say, oh, well, I want to keep it at like 1%, 2%. I'll play this game and try to pay, right as the statement closes the amount and there's some left over. And I pay it off at the end of the month, every month, up in the mid 800s, okay, personally. So you don't necessarily have to go through that taxing, exhausting efforts to figure it out. Now, if you want to, fine, okay, fine. But and setting up automatic payments as a fail-safe is very important as well. I highly recommend that. Typically, you're going to go in there, you're going to pay your own stuff at the end of the month, but having a fail-safe on a automatic payment can be super helpful to make sure that you're paying on time. So less than 7% credit utilization. So maybe you're at 30%, you want to get down to 10%, you want to get it down to 7%. Now you're saying, Brandon, right now, how am I supposed to get my credit utilization down? Okay. I got charge-offs, I got collections that, unfortunately, if they're open with balances and they haven't been disputed yet and haven't gotten off of there yet, because you want to dispute, you want to get these unverified items off of there, they might be affecting your credit utilization. So you want to dispute, you want to get them out of there because they can affect your credit utilization. Now, you're saying, okay, cool. I'm going through this process. I still, need some primary trade lines, right? I need some stuff. So unsecured credit cards are great. In your own name, primary lines, of course. Okay, which ones are a little bit more lenient? I've seen Capital One be a bit more lenient with that process when you're rebuilding. Now, if for some reason you're saying, I want to start now, I need some primary trade lines now, I'm in the 500s, I still want to start now. We've talked about store cards here consistently. 5K, My Jewelers Club card, 5K, New Coast Direct. When I say 5K, I mean $5,000 primary trade line in your name for their store cards, okay? This can help bring your utilization down. Now, when we're talking about utilization, it's not simply the overall utilization, okay? And I'm putting in the chat where you could look at My Jewelers Club card and New Coast Direct to get 5K in primary trade lines to be able to potentially boost your score and get your credit utilization down and all that good stuff, all that fantastic stuff. Make sure it works for you and your budget. Now, like I was saying, it's not simply your overall utilization. If you happen to have one credit card that's maxed out, it's not going to look good. That's going to affect your score. If you've got one credit card that's over 34% or 40% or 50%, 60%, 70%, that's high utilization. They're looking at the individual lines of credit and your overall utilization. That's important, and that's 30%. So a lot of people think, hey, I got my utilization under 7%, but one of my cards is maxed out. I'm all good to go. Why don't I have an 800 credit score? Why don't I have a 700 credit score? It's because one of your cards is higher than that 30%, 40%, 50%, 60% maxed out, 100%, 110%, 100. You know what I mean? So watch out for those types of situations, okay? 15% is your length of credit history. So your credit history is important. It's not as large, obviously, as the other two big components that we talked about here and how you can get perfect credit. And perfect credit really is, all on-time payment history and the 800 credit score. It's perfect, okay? Sure, you could say, oh, well, I want that perfect, it can't be lower than the 850 or whatever it might be, whatever chart you're looking at. But it really doesn't have to be. At a certain point, you really aren't going to get a higher rate if you have something beyond, whatever it is that credit union or that bank's looking at. Oh, an 800, an 805, it's usually 800. So 800 you consider perfect, right? So 15% length of credit history, your average age of your accounts, highest FICO achievers, and they'll tell you right on myfico.com if you look at their stuff. It'll say average age of accounts, the average age of the people that have the highest FICOs up in the 800s, 9 years. Okay, so average age of your accounts. All your accounts combined together, your charge-offs, your charge cards, your credit cards, your loans, all your accounts, mortgage, right? Car note, all your accounts together, the average age is about 9 years. I'll talk about if that's possible to have younger credit here in a minute, but not average age is 9 years, which means that they're saying, okay, well, this individual didn't get a car and a home this past year and got some credit cards this past year. Their average age is a year or two. That seems kind of young to us. Now, is it possible to have young credit and not have an average age of 9 years and still have an 800 credit score? Absolutely, because I'll tell you what, myself, I didn't have all that average age, 9 years, not even 7 years at the time, not even 5 years. Okay, so I didn't have that much. I would say at the time that I first had the 800 credit score, I didn't have that much revolving credit. Okay, I maybe had one USAA card at the time, I think, small line, 2K, and some other old accounts that were closed. I didn't know any better back in the day. I closed accounts, but you live and you learn. And they were maybe about, I want to say 3 or 4 years old at the most. I want to say maybe 4 years old at the most. So my average age of my accounts were maybe 4 years. And I still was in the 800s. Why? Because that payment history, I had gotten all the charge-offs and collections and derogatories and late payments updated to positive. My amount of debt was actually low at that time because I had cleaned everything up and really wasn't using that USAA card. So you're looking at 65%, looking solid, looking perfect. Then all of a sudden they're saying, well, he's got some average age. He's got about 4 years there, okay? The oldest age of an account for the oldest accounts for a highest FICO achiever is 25 years. But is it possible to have, yeah, I was nowhere near that. I think my oldest account was maybe 4 years. So it is possible to have an 800 credit score and have to be on the younger side of the credit history, okay? Wherever you are. You might be saying, oh man, I've been in the game for a minute. I got all this credit history. I'm a little nervous. I'm going through a dispute and get these negative, nasty, erroneous items off of there. Am I going to be okay? Could I get in the 700s? Could I get in the 800s? Yes, absolutely. I've lived it. I've gone through it. Okay. So you can get to the other side. Again, 609creditrepair.com. Get those negative, nasty, erroneous items off. Get them off. Or we can do the work for you at theawesomelifegroup.com. Now, Greg's got a great question. Hey, man, I got a 625 credit score. I got nothing negative. What's going on? Greg, I'm going to get to that question here in just a minute as I finish up this highest FICO achievers and how to get the 800 credit score. But that's a good one. Okay. 10% is the amount of new credit. Okay. 10% is the amount of new credit. So you've got credit that you want to get. You want to get your good credit so you can get credit, right? So you're like, let me get this cleaned up so I can get my business lines of credit squared away and get my business started, or get my cashback cards, or get my travel cards, or get my whatever it is that you're looking for, mortgage or car note. There's something that you're eventually going to want to utilize your credit for. Maybe you're like, hey, look, I don't need loans and credit and business and all this stuff. I'm going to do something completely different, okay? There are opportunities out there that are going to look at your personal credit, potentially. Security clearances, careers, positions that you're looking for, insurance, car rate. I mean, there's all sorts of things, right? Well, I'm not going to utilize credit for credit cards or this or that. There are bank accounts that look at it. Credit unions look at your credit sometimes, even with soft pulls. They're not hard pulls. They look at your. It is the backbone of trying to do stuff in the world. I'm telling you. All right. Utilities look in your credit, right? We know this. Cell phone. So you're saying there's something that you're going to utilize it for. So amount of new credit. You're looking to get new credit. Average age, or the average highest FICO achiever is about 2 years and 6 months since they opened their last account. Okay. 2 years, 6 months. Now, this is where my 800 credit score came down a little bit. Okay. So then they started saying, interesting. So he's got new credit. He's utilizing it. But at the time, I only had a $2,000 USAA card and some old closed accounts. So I needed to build credit in general, because if I wasn't going to, I eventually wouldn't get bigger lines of credit, and it would have been harder for me to have business credit. Okay. I would have said, he doesn't really have any credit. Oftentimes with business credit and business funding, they look at your bigger lines of credit and say, oh, okay, we feel comfortable. He knows how to manage it, or she knows how to manage. In my case, they were looking at, he knows how to manage, this trade line that's 10K, 15K, 20K. So that can be helpful. And it also allows your credit to be more resilient. So even though I had one line of credit and an 800 credit score and some old closed positive history, I know it was just in the 800s. Now I'm in the mid 800s, closing in the higher 800s, and it's much more resilient. If I opened up a card now, it's going to take a far lesser dip than when I did back then, because it doesn't affect the average age as much, the credit history, the amount of credit, the utilization. It doesn't affect as much. So it looks much more resilient. I look much more stable. So 2.5 years, sure, but you might have to put your good credit to work. So don't sweat it. It can always come back up. I'm living proof, okay? And really the highest FICO achievers haven't applied for credit in the last year. They haven't had a hard inquiry. Now, this is something that is very odd compared to the business side as to the consumer side. And the consumer side is you got to start building credit and adding credit, but the hard inquiries and having new credit starts to slowly bring it down. So the idea is to add a few cards, boom, 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 boom. And then for a period of time, you don't have to add anything. That's what I went through. That's what oftentimes people do. The business side of things, business credit, is do you pay your bills on time? The business side of things is, look, you can get trade lines and you can get vendors and you can get all these things, but simply opening them doesn't necessarily affect your score. Do you pay your credit on time? Yes or no? You pay it on time, great. Looks like you're at an 80, right? Pay it off all at once, you could be up in the 90s, in the hundreds, right? So the payback score, the credit scores, oftentimes are 0 to 100. Some have been being modulated out there. FICO's coming out, has their own and all this kind of stuff, but it's a little bit different, okay? So consumer side, they're saying, okay, well, 10% is the amount of new credit. Now, again, that's 10%, it's small. 10% is your credit mix. Now this, even though this is 10%, the same amount of the amount of new credit, 10%, I oftentimes think the credit mix is important, maybe even a little bit more important. Even though the 10%, sometimes I feel like people have done the self.inc route and have seen a good boost to their credit because you're getting a good credit mix. Revolving accounts, the highest FICO achievers have 12 revolving accounts. Those are your credit cards, your charge cards, and credit cards include stored cards in there, okay? When I say charge cards, those are the ones that have to be paid off every month, like the Amexes, okay? The Amex Golds and Platinums and all that good stuff, which is great. You're going to get there. If you don't already or haven't already, you can get there, okay? You're going to get to the other side, okay? So 12 of those. Now, you don't have to go get them all at once, but it does help. I've seen it, okay? So 12 cards. And you're saying, hey, Brandon, I got some store cards. IT man, thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate it. And if you have a question, I will look. You can also type it in again. I don't see a question, but I appreciate your support. Thank you so much, okay? You can go ahead and get these cards over a period of time. You don't have to do it all at once. 7 of them are to be big bank cards, okay? 5 of them can be store cards. You're saying, Brandon, I started with my Julius Club or New Coast Direct. Is that okay? Yes, you can have up to 5 be store cards. You don't need store cards, okay? Believe me, I'm living proof. I've seen it. I don't really maintain any store cards anymore. But if you want store cards for some reason, you can, okay? And especially if you're starting out that way, you can. But only 5 of them. After a certain point, you got to get the big bank cards, and 7 of them, at least 7 of them are the big banks. When you say big banks, you know the banks, right? Citi, Chase, Bank of America, you know what I'm talking about, right? Now, they're also looking for 5 installment loans. So if you're looking at self.inc, maybe a car, maybe a house, maybe another car for a spouse or something, it's pretty easy after a period of time. And that's what they notice. After a period of time, after seeing age, after seeing someone go through this, you'll be able to say, oh, okay, they've had history. We feel trust, paid a car off here, paid a car off there, had a self.inc, paid that off, had a loan over here, paid that off. And again, these can be self.inc is a way to do it. Credit unions also will do secured loans with you, building credit. These people want your business. They were going to help you get to the other side as well. And the reason I say this is because the negative, nasty, erroneous items, the amount of debt we're teaching here, all these negative items will help you get it off of there. But if you need to go to a bank and you need to get set up with credit cards until I get a credit card, right? Unless you want me to come out with a credit card and report to the bureau, maybe I should look into it. Maybe I should get us all squared away, and you can have primary trade lines here. But until I actually have a credit card network, you have to eventually go and play in their system. So they want to help you. They want to help you get to the other side as well. If you've got negative, nasty, erroneous items, 609creditrepair.com. We can do the work for the awesomelifegroup.com. All right. Please give the video a thumbs up. Please hit this subscribe button too as well. Helps me keep doing what I'm doing, and hit that bell for notifications. All right. Now we've got some Q&A here. I know people got the Tribe card in the making. Dave E says Tribe card. That sounds good. The one and only Tribe card available now at tribecreditcard.com. Tribe Credit, your credit tribe. I can hear the commercials already. Sounds good. Maybe we'd have different points of not simply the credit score, but different points on how people might pay back, right? That might be good. That might be good. Might be real good. Okay. Got some people with questions. All right. Put my email in here again. Some individuals are like, hey man, we done talked for 20 minutes talking about how to get perfect credit and trade lines. You done missed my question, but I want to get all your questions. Please email me, okay? What up, Jerome? What's Jerome doing? LOL. Jerome said it with the drum. Hey, we get on the laptop looking up how to create a credit card. We're gonna do that together. We'll create a credit card together. All right. Let's see here. We had an individual who was like, I'm a client as well. Excellent, Daniel. I'm a client. Excellent. Good to see you, Daniel. Excellent. All right. We got questions. I gotta stop playing around. Jerome, we got questions. All right. The people have questions. Okay. All right. Jay Dawson. Okay, so if you have negative accounts, get them off. If they are closed accounts and they're in good standing, leave them. So Desha Bonner is talking to Jay Dawson about his question. Jay Dawson could be their question. Excuse me. I don't know. Jay Dawson. Do you dispute closed accounts? Is what Jay Dawson asked. Okay. Exactly. Okay. Dasha's been here, knows the drill. Closed accounts. Oftentimes people see closed accounts and they try to make it a little murky. Okay. These bureaus try to make it murky. They don't want you to know. This is why you're here. Closed accounts. So a closed account could be positive. Okay. Doesn't necessarily mean it's negative. So you've got a negative closed account and it's charged off and you know it's derogatory. You want to dispute and get it off there. If it's a closed account and it's got some late payments and you still got a good history and relationship with the bank, you might go ahead and send goodwill letters. You might reach out to them. If it's closed and it's late, there's some late payments and somehow it got closed. Okay, maybe there was a few late payments. It's positive, some positive history, it was caught up and it's positive. But maybe there's a few late payments. Okay, and it's closed for some reason. Maybe you didn't know and you didn't want to keep it open. Maybe there's an annual fee or you didn't know to keep it open or whatever. Right? It got closed because for some reason outside of your control as well, the issuer changed hands or that whatever. Might have happened. It happens. I've seen it. It's happened to me. So it's outside your control. It gets closed and it's not for a derogatory reason. Then you might actually just dispute the late payments and get those positive. Okay. But oftentimes closed accounts that are positive, you leave them alone. You got that good history. They want the bureaus and these credit issuers want you to have and keep that good history on there because really they want a loan. Okay. They want a loan to people. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to keep people in this little bracket, right? They don't want people going too high or too low because that's where they make their money, right in there, right? They can charge higher interest rates. They can loan. It's excellent for them, okay? So this individual, Greg, was saying, hey, I got a 625 credit score. Nothing's negative. Another individual was like, hey, I'm in the 600s. What can I look at? Look to slowly start building more credit. I know it sounds crazy. You're thinking, I'm going to get another card and utilize something that I missed. Actually forgot about this. Utilize 3 revolving credit cards and pay them off every month. If you're using 2, trust me, it was the difference between being in the 800 credit scores and being in the 700 credit scores for me. If I use 2 credit cards, revolving credit, same deal, same everything, same amounts going through, same gas and food and everything going through those 2 accounts as if I spread them out and put them through 3, it will affect your score. It affected my score. Doing 2, brought it down to high 700s. Okay. Revolving 3 accounts. All of a sudden I'm in the mid 800s again. I mean, like it's dramatic. Okay. Dramatic. So if you're not using 3 revolving accounts, paying off every month, that's another good spot to do. Start building credit, change your credit mix up a little bit, maybe self.inc. Look to build credit if you've got no negative items. Okay. That's right. White Lamborghini says, Greg, email Brandon if you got more specifics too. Yes, absolutely. It's very important. You can get specific, look at reports, see what's going on specifically for you. Okay. You might have something on there that you didn't even know that's potentially holding you down. Okay. Who knows? Maybe you got a bunch of hard inquiries that we don't know about, that you don't know about. So we're going to double check. Okay. And I'll put my email address in here again. Okay. Clients. Hey, good to see y'all. IT man. Okay, so I see your question now, and I have to laugh at these bureaus trying to play this game. Okay, so thank you very much for the super chat, IT man. Says, hey Brandon. Okay, I sent LexisNexis bankruptcy delete documents to TransUnion. So LexisNexis deleted IT man's bankruptcy. Congratulations, very good. You're on the right track. TransUnion sent these letters to TransUnion along with a letter from the court saying, we don't verify bankruptcies with the court, the TransUnion. We don't give information to third-party bureaus. So there's a deletion letter from LexisNexis showing deletion. The courthouse has said, hey, we don't verify with the bureaus. TransUnion said, oh, well, the docs are not TransUnion compliant. What can we do now, right? Oh, they're not TransUnion compliant. What does that even mean? Not compliant. That's your supporting documentation. They ask all the time for supporting documentation. When you provide it, they get, oh, well, we can't. Oh, we can't do that. And it's not compliant. You can send your dispute letter. You can send them that. Complain to the CFPB. Okay. Complain and get them to understand that they're not able to 100% verify this 100% accurately from the original furnisher of the information. Okay. It's not good enough. They're trying to go to a third party that does not have the information anymore. And they're supposed to be using the original supplier and furnisher of that information, which is the courthouse, which the courthouse is saying, we don't verify with them. Okay. So you want to complain. And IT man, also email me. Help me, Barack Obama. Oh my God. They look like Barack. Hey, not bad. I bet I've been coming here for 3 years. Why am I not a moderator? Is that what you said? Alex, good to see you. Hey man, email me. All right, Alex. All right. Maybe we make a credit card in the works, huh? Is that it? Great advice. So David E says, hey, David E also says, 3 revolving accounts. I tried it and I'm back in the 800s. David E says, I use 3. So this is a secret, man. This is the stuff. It's stuff people probably are thinking, hey, this is silly, right? Three revolving accounts, use 3 revolving accounts every month and pay them off. It's surprising. What FICO lets you know. Mikey tells you, I did it. I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm in the 800s. The difference between being in, let's say, 760, 780, and then 800, 820, that's huge. It really is. It could change percentage, but all because you're moving from one card to another, to having 3, to paying that off on time. It's silly. It seems silly, right? If you're using one card, you're paying off time. What does it matter if it's on one card or on 3 cards? But this is the kind of silliness, the nonsense that kind of happens with these scores, with these bureaus. It's wild stuff. And that's what I'm here for. That's what the team is here for, to help you find these tips, tricks, secrets, how to get these negative, nasty, erroneous items out of there, to use the Fair Credit Reporting Act, Fair Debt Collection Practice Act, FACTA, everything in your arsenal to get to that beautiful, perfect credit, right? What reason do I use to dispute with LexisNexis? You've got the same unverified, negative, nasty, erroneous items option with 609 dispute letters. Okay, they're a Fair Credit Reporting Act compliant bureau as well. Even though they might want to try and play games and pretend like they're not, they're under the Fair Credit Reporting Act. You can use the 609 letters and dispute your bankruptcy out of there. Okay, or if you've got other negative, nasty, erroneous public records in there. Okay. Credit Obama. That's what she said. This guy is saying I could be Credit Obama. That's great. Okay. This individual is saying, credit Obama. Hey, man. Hey, he's really helpful. Really helpful. I'm just stuck at 705. LOL. And again, think about the things. I don't know if you've watched this whole video, but think about the things we've talked about here to get into the 800s. Look at your score. Look at your credit. See what's going on. You can email me as well. I can help you. If you're individuals that are at the 500s, right? You want to get these negative, nasty, erroneous items off. You got negative, nasty items in 600s, 700s, whatever. 609creditrepair.com. We can do the work for the awesomelifegroup.com. If you've got no negatives on there right now, we can take a look, help you get it up even further, chop it up, dice it, figure out how to get you in the 800s. You can have good credit. You can have excellent credit. You can have perfect credit. 609creditrepair.com. All right. TheAwesomeLifeGroup.com. Okay. Cuba Credit Junior. That's very good. That's good too. All right. I see, got a few comments. Let's see if we have any questions. The Batman of credit. And one last time, I forgot. Let me put my email here. Business credit, ALG business credit. It's individuals interested. Yes, we do help individuals. ALGbusinesscredit.com. Help individuals get funding. Pardon me, I messed up my neck. Working, typing. ALG business credit. Yes, we do help people find their business credit, funding, no personal guarantee business credit building. Yes, we do that kind of stuff as well. ALGbusinesscredit.com. And we are taking on more business credit clients, so please feel free to sign up now, okay? That's a good question. Okay, so someone's saying, hey, look, I can see my partial account numbers. Okay, first and foremost, you're only ever going to get the partial account numbers because of security reasons, and they know people are looking at credit, and they don't want things to get anyone to just be able to see. These professionals are looking and pulling it. It's supposed to be professional, but you never know who's looking at it. So they only get partial account numbers. So that's cool. So they only get a partial account number. Now, when you're looking at partial account numbers with one bureau and you're looking, hey, first and foremost, I don't see all of them on, I see all of them on Equifax, TransUnion. I don't see all of them on the other one, like Experian. You can utilize what you see for the other bureaus. And when they send back their reports, you'll see it again, partial account numbers. They'll have to show you the deletions and whatnot, and what might remain and what might not. And we've got all the follow-up letters for you. That's right. So if they try and play games and they were trying to say, oh, well, quote unquote verified, and you're like, how was it verified? Who was verified? And let me shoot this under this 609, 611, 604, 1681. We've got it all for you. Okay. We've got it all for you. 609creditrepair.com. We can do the work for you. The Awesome Life Group. Please hit the thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button and that bell for notifications for when I go live. Now, I'm going to let you go. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Know I'm here to help you get to the other side. I got my email address in here. If I missed any questions, you can email me. I want to help you get to the other side. Okay. Thank you so very much. It's great to be of service here. I love you all, and I will see you on the other side. Take care.